everyone, it's Miss Lauren and welcome to a new week of Storytime. So our Storytime this week is going to continue with our Tales and Tales animal theme, but this week we are going to be reading some stories and playing some games all about unusual animals. So that is our theme today, unusual, odd kind of animals. Now when I think of unusual animals, think of maybe ones that are a little different looking, or maybe different in what they do, how they live, maybe how they eat, how they live. I think I already said that one. All different kinds of things that maybe make an animal a little bit more unusual than other animals. So are there any unusual or different kind of odd animals that you guys can think of? Maybe the first one that comes to my mind is a narwhal. Do you know what a narwhal is? So it's sort of like it looks kind of like a cross between a fish and maybe a dolphin that lives underwater, but it's got a big horn on the top of its head, almost like a unicorn. I think sometimes they refer to it as a unicorn of the sea, and that's kind of what it looks like. So to me, when I think of unusual animals, I think of something like that, right? You don't often see an animal with a big giant horn on its head. Can you think of any other maybe unusual animals? Maybe, what about, like a sloth? Those cuddly kind of looking animals, but they've got those big, long fingernail claws that wrap around their trees. Can you think of anything else maybe? What about like an anteater? They've got those long kind of tunnel-like noses that they use to kind of slurp up their ants and what they're eating. Anything else? Maybe like a warthog, just like a big pig, kind of. There's all different kinds of unusual animals. We'll probably never be able to come up with an entire list of them, but there are so many different ones. So we're just going to focus on a few today with, like I said, our stories and our games in our unusual animal story time. And I hope you guys have fun. Thanks. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with our opening song, If You're Ready for a Story. So go ahead and stand up for me. If you're ready for a story, take a seat. If you're ready for a story, take a seat. Clap your hands and stomp your feet. Make your hands all nice and neat. If you're ready for a story, take a seat. Good job, guys. Let's get started. Okay, so the first story we're going to read today is called Not Quite Narwhal. So there's our little, maybe narwhal. We'll see. Let's get started. Kelp was born deep in the ocean. There's little Kelp. He knew early on that he was different from the other narwhals. His tusk wasn't as long as everyone else's. He had different tastes in food, and he wasn't a very good swimmer. Got little floaties on. But his friends didn't seem to mind, so Kelp decided he wouldn't either. That is, until he was swept away by a strong current. I wish I were a better swimmer. Kelp found himself at the surface, closer to land than he'd ever been before. High up on a cliff, he spotted a mysterious, sparkling creature. You see it up there? Anybody know what that is? It looked so familiar. It looked like Kelp. Kelp swam toward land as fast as he could, which wasn't very fast at all, hoping that he could catch up with the creature that looked just like him. When he finally reached the shore, Kelp felt a little bit anxious. He had never left the ocean. He was nervous about walking for the first time, but the land creatures made it look so easy. There he is trying to learn how to walk. Oof, fell over. It wasn't. And then here he is on his back saying, ow. Eventually, he got the hang of it. Everything on land was strange and beautiful, but also kind of scary. Kelp began to think he might never find the creature that looked just like him, but as he stumbled out of the forest, land narwhals! Actually, we're unicorns. And by the looks of it, so are you. So do you think Kelp's a narwhal or a unicorn? Kelp had never heard of unicorns before. They taught him all sorts of new things about his tusk. We call them horns. Wow! They introduced him to unicorn delicacies, like unicones, and they showed him how to gallop. There was no doubt that Kelp was in fact a unicorn. He was having so much fun that he didn't want to leave. But then he remembered all of his friends under the sea. Kelp missed them terribly, so he said goodbye to the unicorns and returned to the ocean. They say, "Come back soon." Kelp swam toward home as fast as he could, which wasn't very fast at all, hoping that the narwhals would still like him now that he was a unicorn. When he finally arrived, Kelp had butterflies in his stomach. They have a welcome home sign for him. Kelp took a deep breath and told his friends the news. "It turns out I'm not a narwhal." "Of course you aren't. I'm a unicorn." We all knew that. They took it quite well. Kelp was happy to be home, but now that he'd experienced life on land with the unicorns, he couldn't seem to forget them. Did he want to be a land narwhal with the unicorns or a sea unicorn with the narwhals? Kelp couldn't decide, but then he realized that maybe, just maybe, he didn't have to choose. And there he is playing with the narwhals and the unicorns. And that's the end of Not Quite Narwhal. Okay, so let's go ahead and do our rocket song. Put your hands together, make your rocket, and zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. If you'd like to take a trip, climb aboard my rocket ship. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast! Good job, everybody. Okay, so the first game we're going to play today is called 5 Lazy Sloths. So we've got our 5 sloths here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And it goes, 5 lazy sloths in a tree by the door. One fell asleep, and then there were, how many do we have? 1, 2, 3, and 4. Good job. Then there were 4 lazy sloths climbing on a tree. One fell down, and then there were 1, 2, 3. 3 lazy sloths wondering what to do. One got lost, and then there were, let's move them up here. 1, 2, good job. 2 lazy sloths not having any fun. One lazed away, and then there was 1. 1 lazy sloth couldn't wait till day was done. He went to bed, and now there are none. So we started with how many? Started with 5 and took 5 away, and now there are 0. Good job, everybody. Our next story is called The Ugly 5. And I'd say all these animals on the cover of this story look pretty unusual, wouldn't you say? All right, let's get started. Morning had dawned on the African plain. The lion lay grooming his glorious mane. The kudu looked cool and rhino looked fine. The bright pink flamingos looked simply divine. The zebra looked graceful, the leopard looked great. Oh, what a picture of beauty. But wait! Who is this creature so ugly and weird, with his spindly legs and his gingery beard? With her big chunky chest and her skinny behind, to say she looks plain would be really quite kind. It's the wildebeest! Slowly she ambled along, trampling the grasses and singing this song. I'm the ugly one, I'm the ugly one, I'm the ugliest animal under the sun. My ungainly appearance is second to none. I'm the ugly one, I'm the ugly one. But here's someone uglier even than me. Who can this strange-looking specimen be? How do you do? I'm the spotted hyena. Who could be uglier? Who could look meaner? My name is Spiky. My mane is all spiky, and my skin is all spotty. No other creature could look quite so grotty. My voice is a mixture of giggles and groans, and I like nothing better than crunching on bones. I must be the ugliest beast in the scrub. Then the wildebeest shouted, Hurrah, join the club! The two ugly animals ambled along, kicking the dust up and singing this song. We're the ugly two, we're the ugly two. We couldn't win prizes for beauty, it's true. You'll see nothing worse if you go to the zoo. We're the ugly two, we're the ugly two. But who is this hideous bird we can see, perched on a branch of the powder puff tree? I'm the lapper-faced vulture, I'm ugly and bald. No wonder that everyone looks so appalled. I have flaps on my face that are wrinkled and pink. My beak is gigantic, and what's more, I stink. At mealtime, my habits are really quite vile. I much prefer food that's been dead for a while. I'm clearly a lot more revolting than you. Then the other two shouted, Bravo, join the crew! The three ugly animals ambled along, splashing through water and singing this song. We're the ugly three, we're the ugly three, the ugliest beasts that you'll see. You wouldn't be tempted to ask us to tea. We're the ugly three, we're the ugly three. But who is this animal having a roll in the bubbling mud of the watering hole? Hello, I'm the warthog, as ugly as sin, with 2 pairs of tusks and a bristly chin. My tail stands on end and my body is dumpy. My head is too big and my skin is too bumpy. People are shocked by my deafening snorts and my face that is covered in horrible warts. I'm the worst looking creature from here to Japan. Then the other three shouted, Yippee, join the clan! The 4 ugly animals ambled along, scaring the starlings and singing this song. We're the ugly four, we're the ugly four. We're grisly and gruesome and hard to ignore. Take just one look and your eyes will feel sore. We're the ugly four, we're the ugly four. But who is this perfectly terrible frump raiding the rubbish bins down by the dump? I'm the marabou stork, and I think you'll agree that no other bird looks as dreadful as me. My wings are enormous, I'm hunched and I'm gangly, and look at my throat pouch, it's all dingly-dangly. My legs, long and skinny, are covered in poo, and I'll eat almost anything, even a shoe. I'm a grouchy old grump, I'm a horrible slob. Then the other 4 shouted, Yoo-hoo, join the mob! So the 5 ugly animals ambled along, casting long shadows and singing this song. We're the ugly 5, we're the ugly 5. Everyone flees when they see us arrive. How can such hideous creatures survive? We're the ugly 5, we're the ugly 5. But stop, just a minute. Be quiet. Who are these? Peeping from burrows and hiding in trees. You see them? Hello, we're your babies. You give us our food and help cheer us up when we're in a bad mood. You clean us and preen us and pick out the nits, and we want you to know that we love you to bits. We love all your spots and your warts and your bristles, your grunts and your groans and your hoots and your whistles. We really don't think you look ugly at all. You're beauties, you're bombshells, the belles of the ball. You're kind and you're cuddly, you're brave and you're strong, and that is our reason for singing this song. You're the lovely five. You're the lovely five. You're sweeter than honey from bees in a hive. You're quite the most beautiful creatures alive. You're the lovely five. You're the lovely five. And that is the end of our story. And these are all the different kind of animals that were in our story. And that is the ugly five. Okay, the next game we're going to play is called Hide and Seek with Little Bat. So we've got our little bat right here, and he's going to hide behind one of the items we have on the board here. So we've got a yellow hat, baseball bat, a welcome mat, and a black cat. So go ahead and close your eyes really tight, no peeking, and I'm gonna hide our little bat, and you're gonna have to guess what it is behind, okay? So close your eyes. Okay, open your eyes. All right. Little bat likes to play hide and seek. He'll hide while you close your eyes. But don't you dare peek. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ready or not, here we come. Where are you hiding, little bat, little bat? Are you behind the big yellow hat? What do we think? Is he behind the yellow hat? Anybody guess? All right, ready? We're gonna lift up the hat. Let's see if he's behind it. Oh, no, he's not. Where could he be? Where are you hiding, little bat, little bat? Are you behind the baseball bat? What do you think? Is he behind the baseball bat? Any guesses for the baseball bat? All right, let's check. Ready? Nope, not behind the baseball bat. Where are you hiding, little bat, little bat? Are you under the welcome mat? What do we think? Is the bat under the welcome mat? Let's try it. Ready? He's not. Little bat, where could you be? Where are you hiding, little bat, little bat? Are you behind the big black cat? What do we think? Do we think that's where he is? Ready? Oh, there he is. There you are. Little bat, little bat. All right, good job, everybody. All right, it is time for our banana song. Put your hands above your head, make your banana, and peel bananas. Peel, peel bananas. Peel bananas. Peel, peel bananas. And chop bananas. Chop, chop bananas. Chop bananas. Chop, chop bananas. And mash bananas. Mash, mash bananas. Mash bananas. Mash, mash bananas. And eat bananas. Eat, eat bananas. Eat bananas. Eat, eat bananas. And what's the last thing we're gonna do? I think everybody knows. Go bananas! Good job, everybody. Okay, and our next story is, what does an anteater eat? So what would you think an anteater eats? Any guesses? Maybe these little black bugs that are crawling along the bottom of the page? I don't know, we'll find out. Let's see. So here is our anteater, which I'd say is pretty unusual looking, wouldn't you say? He says, I'm hungry. So there he's going on his search for food. And then can you see what's down here? A little ant, maybe? Good morning. I know this sounds odd, but do you happen to know what an anteater eats? He's talking to a sloth, right? He says, I'm very busy. Don't bother me. Ah, I see. I'm sorry to have interrupted you. We've got a couple more ants. Hello, I wondered, do you know what an anteater eats? Watermelon. Watermelon? Really? Are you sure? Definitely watermelon. Trust me, I'm a melon expert. That's a toucan, I think. I'm not sure my mouth is wide enough. And then we've got a snake going all around the pages. Excuse me, I don't suppose you know what an anteater eats, do you? I'm sorry, I don't, but I would really recommend that you chew your food. Ah, that's good advice. Thank you. Now we've got a crocodile, but we've still got our little ant friends. Sorry to bother you. You wouldn't happen to know what an anteater eats, would you? I'm afraid not, but this old fish is delicious. Want to try some? Thank you, but no. Hello, I don't suppose you fellas happen to know what an anteater eats, do you? And those are what? Bats, right? Sorry, no, can't talk. Must catch dinner. Good luck. I wonder if I might ask, do you happen to know what an anteater eats? He's talking to a cheetah, I think, right? I'm afraid I don't, but I must say you look very tasty. Oh, I really must be going. Excuse me, I don't suppose you happen to know what an ant... And what are all these? Ants! Run! Because they're ants, they think the anteater's gonna eat them, right? Now I know what an anteater eats. Bananas! And that is the end of what an anteater eats. So do you think he was right? Do anteaters eat bananas? Or does it make the most sense for them to eat ants? I think so. All right, our next game is going to be kind of similar to our sloth game that we played, but this is with our little narwhals. It's called 5 Happy Narwhals. One happy narwhal swimming in the sea said to grumpy jellyfish, "Come zing with me." He says, "Zing, zing with me." 2 happy narwhals, we've got 2 now, swimming in the sea, said to grumpy jellyfish, "Come zing with me." Zing, zing, zing. 3 happy narwhals, swimming in the sea, said to grumpy jellyfish, "Come zing with me." 4 happy narwhals, swimming in the sea, said to grumpy jellyfish, "Come zing with me." 5 happy narwhals, swimming in the sea, said to grumpy jellyfish, "Come zing with me." 1 grumpy jellyfish turns a frown upside down, while 5 happy narwhals zing with him, zing. And that is the end of our 5 happy narwhals. Okay, so let's go ahead and wrap up with our goodbye song, Tickle the Clouds. Tickle the clouds, tickle your toes, turn around and tickle your nose. Reach down low, reach up high. Story time's over, so wave goodbye. Okay, so we are all done with our story time this week with our unusual animals. So I hope you guys had fun, and I hope to see you here next week for an all new story time. Thanks, guys. Have a good week.